So, inside the Groms GeoObjects. So, you all have the Groms CD. You have to have Microsoft Access installed on your computer. This is a very old computer with an Access 97, but any higher version does it. And you see it's a very old computer with a nice non-reflective screen. And now we open the Groms Access database either from the CD or I have copied it to the desktop. And in fact it should be a version which is not write protected for what we are doing now. So that's why I've copied it to this to the desktop. So here we open it, and you have probably already played around with the species list. So now we go to a GeoSearch, which will us allow to study the underlying tables and secrets. So we are going into the middle of the African continent. So, and our bounding box searches all shapes, all maps of species which are overlapping with this area. We also could search for within, totally within, but we are searching now for overlapping. So, let's submit this. We get a list of species of 103 species, so that's quite a substantial list, but we don't study the biology at the moment. We are studying the underlying SQL, the underlying query. So we are going back. The underlying query is indicated here in this form. So that's the query. We can copy it, and now we can design a new query by ourselves, taking this query as a base, so we understand what's happening in the motor of the Groms, the underlying query. So we close all these forms, and we are doing the query ourselves. We are here in the query section, and we are making a new query, and we're going into the design mode of the query, and we're going into the SQL mode of the query. So here now we paste what we have copied. You see, quite a complex query. So we are performing this query. We are getting the same result of 103 species. And now we go into the design mode to see what's happening there. And you see quite a few underlying tables. So we have here the tab Arten, which is the tab species. And yeah, opening this up a little bit. And this tab Arten is giving us the systematics, the species which are associated with the respective maps. So also we see that it is associated with the tab families. We don't need that at the moment. You see, that gives us the hierarchy of all this. We will concentrate on the tab shapes, the tab GeoObjects, and we also don't need the subtable of the classes of the systematics. So let's put the biology a little bit on the left side, the taxonomy of the query, and let's concentrate on the tab shapes and the tab GeoObjects. You know what a shape is. You know that every shape can consist of various polygons, and these polygons are in this other table here, and that's where the query is hooking up, because we have searched for a certain bounding box. See, these were our criteria here. And we have put these criteria here into the tab GeoObjects, and the criteria are referring to GeoLeft, GeoTop, GeoRight, GeoBottom, which is the bounding box of each polygon.